Okay, so it's time for another update on the house. That's up next. Hello everyone, this is Dwayne with Edge of Nowhere Farm, and we're coming to you here today. It's the middle of April 2019, and another update on the house. We got a couple things that happened this week that we want to buzz through real quick. So first thing that you'll see behind me is yesterday they started the Lathing, L-A-T-H-I-N-G. It's the white stuff that you see on the outside of the house before stucco. They actually started this yesterday, so you can see their materials and equipment is kind of all over the place. The outside of the house is finally starting to literally take shape. Trim that they've got, they design with styrofoam essentially. So they've got that styrofoam, so chicken wire looking wire that's up against the wall that'll actually hold, the stucco will actually stick to, is my understanding. So we'll kind of start here in our favorite room. So our kind of great room area looking out over the property. So a few things in here that we didn't realize, well, Lori realized it after we had done our last video last week, was can lighting. So if Lori wants to squeeze in, so there definitely was more can lighting. Lori called it, she said, you know, it doesn't look like they have all of our can lights in, and they definitely did not. So they've got multiple can lights now. So we have 5 can lights that are above the kitchen area, which is really great. So lots and lots of illumination here on the kitchen. That makes a lot more sense. They've got our outlet here for our fan. We'll have a ceiling fan here right above the dining area, and then we have another ceiling fan rough that's right there in our great room. So we'll be able to put a nice big fan in this open area to give a lot of airflow through here, especially during the summertime. What we also noticed is we've got all of our outlets essentially roughed in, so you can kind of see wiring. We've got this switch here, which obviously it looks like is going to be 3 switches, and so you can see all the wiring in here ready to go for the switches. The framers came back in and did some detail work. So the first thing is they did what's called crippling the ductwork. Doesn't sound very attractive to me, but if Lori wants to pan up, so essentially the difference, and you probably haven't really shown this before, but you can see the ductwork up there. So that's all of our ductwork for our HVAC, and you can see straps. So they've got straps now attached to the ductwork that actually attach to the frame of the house, and that keeps that ductwork from moving as air is flowing through there. So they did that. They also came through and they added some more plywood up in here to seal off some more of the rooms. So they added all of that in on that side as well as on the other side. So that's kind of neat to see all of that really starting to take shape. Okay, so we're back out here on our main patio. So one of the things I talked about in the last video was we added a couple of outlets here. So if Lori wants to pan up there, we've got our eaves here, and you can see there is an outlet that's roughed in there. We have an outlet on both sides. So when we first sat down with the builder, we said, you know, our intent was to put nice big floodlights out here that we can flood the back of the property as much as we can, at least. Get light on the back of the property so we can see further out whenever we want to. So they added those in, and they essentially did what's our basically Christmas tree lights, I guess is the best way to describe it. And actually, I have to thank a viewer who talked a little bit about that, and the only reason why is because it got me thinking, wait a minute, those are electrical outlets. Electrical outlets don't normally have a switch, and we need a switch. We don't want to have floodlights on all the time. So I had to make a call to the builder, and we had to do a quick change order because they never added a switch into these, because it was never communicated from the sales office to the office that did the plans that these are designed for floodlights, not for Christmas lights. So the good thing is, thank you, viewer, for actually pointing out what those are, because it reminded me and the light bulb went off, hey, we need a switch for these. So just want to thank you for joining us today. You know, if you haven't done so already, hey, subscribe to the channel. You know, we cover a lot of things here on the channel. Obviously, this time it was really a focus on our new desert farmhouse. You know, if you haven't seen our series yet, I'll link it here where we talk about turning this 6 acres into a functioning farm. We're just beginning that process. So, hey, you're joining us at the right time. You know, Instagram and Facebook, we're on there. If you haven't seen us there, hey, take a peek over there. We post content there that you won't see here on the YouTube channel. And, you know, one other thing I haven't mentioned, you know, we've got a new Amazon page that we're doing. We had a lot of you guys ask for specific recommendations on things that we know work here in the desert. So we decided to go ahead and start that up. So we've got that. I'll link it in the description down below in all of our videos. So hey, if you can do that, helps us out. We get a little bit of a commission if you guys buy stuff through that site. So that'd be kind of cool if you could do that. So just want to thank you for joining us today and remind you, if we can farm on the edge of nowhere, so can you. Do we want to look this way? He's gonna feel like, where's Waldo? He's just Oh.
Get it together.
How am I supposed to do this? Our fool of a son is acting like his dad. So this whole time I could actually just have my eyes shut.